Ladies and gentlemen, today we are opening the door to the 1934 Thompson House Car, a machine that looked at ordinary travel and politely said, "No, thank you, we will bring the kitchen." This was not simply a car with cushions and hope. In the middle of the 1930s, when many people were still surviving the Great Depression and pretending cheap soup was an adventure, Walter Thompson built something that made the road feel wider, stranger, and far more ambitious. And before we step inside, subscribe to the channel. It costs less than filling an icebox, makes less noise than a political promise, and helps us keep dragging forgotten machines out of history before the internet experts declare they were just vans with confidence. The Thompson House Car was created in the United States by Walter Thompson of Ontario, California. The most wonderful detail is that Thompson was a fine watchmaker, and suddenly the whole idea makes sense. This vehicle feels like the work of a man who understood small mechanisms, patience, and the terror of one tiny part falling into the carpet. It was intended as self-contained mobile shelter for long travel, hard distance, and practical independence. That purpose places it in a fascinating moment of transport history. In 1934, America was still under the heavy shadow of the Great Depression. Leisure vehicles had to justify every inch, every dollar, and every clever feature. The target buyer was not the average commuter, it was the explorer, the wealthy traveler, or the serious motor camping dreamer who wanted to sleep, cook, wash, and move without depending on hotels or roadside facility. The modern RV industry had not yet become the polished world of brochures, slide-outs, cup holders, and payment plans. Terms were still fluid, and when the Thompson appeared in a 1938 issue of Motor magazine, it was described as a caravan car. Building a house car during the Depression was not the easiest business plan unless your other idea was selling umbrellas in the desert. Yet the Thompson had a clear logic: combine transport and lodging, reduce dependence on fixed accommodation, and give travelers a compact base camp on wheels. Some historic vehicles arrive with factory ledgers and production charts. Technically, its most important feature was the telescoping roof. The roof could be raised or lowered simultaneously on demand, much like the roof of a later pop-up camper. With the roof fully raised, occupants could stand upright inside. That is not a small luxury. Anyone who has tried to dress inside a low vehicle knows it can turn a normal morning into a wrestling match with trousers and regret. Thompson solved the problem by keeping the vehicle low for travel and tall for living. Original literature claimed that, with the folding steering wheel pushed forward and the seats laid back, 4 people could sleep comfortably. We should treat comfortably as 1930s advertising language, because exact bed dimensions are not provided, and people back then called many things comfortable that today would produce a complaint email. Still, the packaging was clever. The driver's area did not become wasted space after parking, it transformed into part of the sleeping layout. At the rear, the galley included an icebox, a sink with running water, and a small stove. These were essential features for long-distance travel. The icebox provided cold storage before easy onboard refrigeration, the sink allowed washing and food preparation, and the stove turned the vehicle from a shelter into a tiny working household. The supplied source does not identify the engine type, displacement, horsepower, transmission, suspension, brakes, wheel size, exact dimensions, weight, top speed, or fuel consumption. So, we will not invent those figures. What we can say with confidence is that the Thompson House Car's technical importance came from its integrated living system, convertible seating, a folding steering wheel, sleeping room for 4 as claimed, a rear galley, running water, cooking equipment, and a raisable roof decades before such ideas became normal RV vocabulary. In motion, it behaved as a compact travel vehicle. At rest, it became a miniature home. That folding steering wheel was not a gimmick. It was part of the living plan. The seats could lay back, the roof could rise, and suddenly the cabin changed from driving compartment to sleeping room. The telescoping roof was the soul of the idea. A fixed high roof would have made the vehicle bulkier on the road, while a low roof would have made camping inside feel like punishment from a very petty landlord. Thompson found the middle ground. Lower it for travel, raise it for life. That is the same basic thinking that later made pop-up campers so popular. But here it appeared in a 1930s house car designed by a watchmaker with safari dreams. Timmy saw that roof and said, "I can build that," which means he would nail a door to a canoe and call it engineering. Compared with ordinary cars of the 1930s, the Thompson was not about speed, glamour, or chrome bravado. Compared with trailers, it avoided the need to tow a separate body behind the car. It belonged to that early world where motor camping was still experimental, romantic, and slightly ridiculous in the best possible way. Many people wanted freedom, but very few vehicles tried to combine transport, cooking, water, sleeping, and standing room in one compact body. The Thompson House Car did exactly that, and it did it before the recreational vehicle market had clear rules. Its market position was therefore narrow but fascinating. It was not for everyone. A regular family trying to stretch every dollar in 1934 probably looked at it the way we look at private jets. Wonderful, but not exactly on next Tuesday's shopping list. It was for adventurers, wealthy travelers, explorers, and people who believed the road should include fewer hotel clerks and more personal independence. Bob would never buy one, of course. He would say the icebox was government surveillance with vegetables inside, then sleep in his basement to save money. What makes the Thompson House Car so memorable is not a giant engine specification or a racing record. Its greatness is in the concept. It took the automobile and asked it to become a home without giving up its identity as a vehicle. It offered a galley with an icebox, sink with running water, and small stove. It offered a claimed sleeping arrangement for 4 people. It offered a roof that let adults stand upright inside. In a period when most cars still treated passengers as luggage with hats, this machine gave them a tiny household on wheels. Every camper van, every pop-up trailer, every compact expedition vehicle owes something to these early inventors who looked at a car and said, "Nice, but where do I make coffee?" The Thompson House Car was clever, brave, and wonderfully strange. It had the personality of a serious expedition machine and the charm of a man solving domestic problems with mechanical precision. As for prices, the supplied material does not give the original 1934 selling price, any confirmed modern auction record, or a reliable present average value, so we cannot honestly invent numbers. No documented highest auction sale, auction house name, or current market average was provided here. And with a machine this obscure, that absence is not surprising.